I guess I can keep it on. I guess I can keep it on. I can keep it on. If it gets to be too loud, it starts drowning me out. Let me know, guys. I'll turn the radio down. So I just want to say, Islam, man, Ice of Law Master. Hope all is well. Yeah, man. Hope all is well as we tread along. You know, as we tread along. First thing I want to do is I want to give I want to send some love to anybody that's caught up in this snow situation. Right? Anybody that's caught in it. Anybody that's having difficulty behind it. I want to send love and holy zeal to you because we don't know what people are going through right now. You know, me, I'm always compassionate for the underdog. Pause. Now I don't mean it like that, but you know, the guy that's all, you know, people don't root for. I'm always rooting for that guy. You know. So I want to send love, man, prayers out to those people. You know, it's a lot going on. I know some brothers that live in Florida. Shouts to y'all. Y'all already know. Hope all is well down there. You already know in the Floridas, where it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Yeah. So that's, you know, I want to throw that out there first because, you know, we all trapped in this little, not really trapped, but you know, that's how they put it in our minds. They make us think that, you know, you trapped. You trapped. Went to the market, man, where all the bread was gone. But they had like an apocalypse going to happen. That's how they got him, boy. They got him, boy. Got y'all, man. Got him. Went in there, man. Everything was sold out. Everything was sold out, man. Everything was sold out. Everything was sold out. I was like, man. You guys know that snow melts, right? I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, make the situation feel, you know, like it's not serious, but it is serious. But always remember the snow melts. And that type of snow, it ain't even real snow. By now, we know this, right? Right? Oh, we know this by now, right? They have weather-making machines, machinery, due the knowledge. You'll find out that they can make a cloud and make the cloud rain and snow and do all types of other stuff. Yeah, these nuts, they made a cloud. They make clouds. Yeah, they make clouds, man. They make clouds. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, I wanted to talk about something tonight that was kind of deep. to me is deep. And I'm going to tell y'all why it's deep to me. The reason why I think it's deep is because it's being recorded that it actually happened. It's a bunch of primary sources out there about it. Now, for what I understand, in our field, in our work, in our line of work, what's very important that everybody always wants to see that this stuff is very important. And it happens to be what? Primary sources, right? Right. Primary sources, right? Right. So, these are primary sources. These are primary sources. Now, it's up to you how you take it intellectually, right? But it is written up as primary sources. That's a fact. Okay, that's on this side. Okay. This side, wait, you can't see. It's a little change color crystal. Change colors, you probably can't see it. Yeah, change colors. You can't see it in the camera. Yeah, change colors. So there's this information out, guys, and it has a bunch of primary sources to go to it. So, I felt as though it was my duty to, bring to the people, and we sift through it. Let's sift through it, see what's going on. We have to be mindful of the order of red men. We already know about that, right? We know about the order of red men and how they came in, Swiss swap and mint mop and did all the stuff they did, rewrote, redrew, all this, So we know this too, right? But I also have this other information that's being presented as primary sources. You take it for what you want to take it for. The point I'm making is we kind of snowed in, and like I said, peace and blessings to anybody that's going through any of this snow, But I'm going to tell you, I don't want nobody to get hurt, nothing like that, right? But I'm going to tell you, sometimes it's good for us to sit still. Sometimes it's good for us to sit still. Others might not believe it, but sometimes it's good for us to sit still. Hey, sit still and breathe. All that running around and stuff is not good for you, especially in our country, where we from, America. Man. So let's talk about this primary source information, guys. It's going to be a little different. And like I said, we got to remember about the order of red men, what they did, right? I remember all this. Plus, we kind of snowed in, sending love to, whoever's going through all, whoever's having mishaps doing this. Hopefully this will clear up some things, or maybe it'll make you feel a certain type of way where you might want to react. So I ask for reactions because it's coming to me like it's primary sources. Okay? All right. So one of them is the Treaty of Greenville. It was in 1795. Right? The Status Conversion Empire. Okay? The primary source is treaty with the Whaaaaat. That's Whaaaaat. ANDOT, ETC 1795. Right? I got the sign, date, and all that. Right? Y'all know me, I like to read just to make sure that I get everything. Right? Because it's so much in my cosmic memory that you have no idea. You have no idea. Yeah. So published, right? This was published. Information was published in the United States Statutes at Large, Volume 7, page 49 through 56. Right? What it actually does establishes federal supremacy over the title, converts sovereign nations into wards, dependent, domestic rations, creates the legal framework that later enables reclassification, land seizures, free Negro status assignment, trust law displacement, keyline logic from the treaty and subsequent ruling. Native nations are recognized only in sole law as they submit to United States authority, federal boundaries, and United States title structure. This treaty is the legal backbone that later gets weaponized in the East. It's deep, y'all. I'm ready to get deep. Hope y'all ready for this. Y'all ready for this, man. This me just, a lot of this information I already know, and I keep it to myself because some things, man, let people know. Just wild out here. Wait a minute, give me a second. Yeah, so you got to be careful with, you just don't. It's a weird world. Gotta be easy. Gotta be easy. Gotta be a little respect. All right, so the Supreme Court linkage, the erasure mechanism. These rulings interpret and expand the logic of Greenville. I need y'all to listen to me. I am going to speak slow and I'm going to articulate because this is important and I need you to listen. Please thumb up the video, okay? Please share it out, right? Right. Greenville, right? Johnson and McIntosh, 1823. Doctrine created, discovery doctrine, federal guardianship, indigenous land, occupancy only, full title, U.S. Crown, successor. This is the trust law conversion we keep calling out. Maryland specific erasure of the Piscataway Paper Trail. If it hasn't clicked by now, it won't click. Maryland Land and Reclassification Records. Archives of Maryland. Multiple volumes. What they show, 1680s to 1760s, Piscataway recognized as a nation. 1700, 1800s, same families reclassified as free Negroes, mulattoes, colored, the regulars. The political leadership stripped of recognition. This is deep. A lot of people might not catch it. All right. So let's go into the Order of Red Men. By their own admissions, this is public records. They admitted this on record. This is where it gets a little spicy. Order of Red Men, official history. Great Council of the United States, Improved Order of Red Men. History of the Improved Order of Red Men. They explicitly admit they are a fraternity, society created by Caucasian men. They adopt Indian rituals, titles, and symbolism. That Tayak, Techum, Powhatan, Delaware titles are theatrical. They have no legal or geographical authority over Native nations. They admit it is a symbolic role play, not real. Indigenous governance. Big Maryland. Specific ORDM, Order of Red Men records. Maryland. Improved Order of Red Men proceedings. But they acknowledge that Indian titles were assumed after Native polities had been declared extinct. They had been declared extinct. They have been declared extinct. But they remain in Maryland because Maryland had already erased them on paper. Understand? So they were erased by paper. It wasn't erased. Like if you do the knowledge on the Piscataway, the Susquehanna, these and this whole thing that's being painted about them. Like when you go on like Google or whatnot, Google will show you some like crazy looking, what I mean? I don't believe that. I believe that's just what the order of red men said they was going to do. They was going to do everything they could do by paper. That means drawings. Yeah, that means drawings. That means what you may read. Right? So this is how the elimination occurred. Well, it started from the disease. That's what started. And then right behind it became the paper erasure. It was the disease, then it was the paper erasure. Understand that. When you talk about paper erasure, man, when you talk about it, I'm talking about they start drawing all kind of stupid stuff that ain't even really you. Because, I don't know, man. It's just the Order of Red Men. The Order of Red Men didn't start until 1834. So I don't know. Some of the stuff is the thing I'm saying is this: they're primary sources of who these people are. So did they document a whole fable? Did they do that? Man, that's possible. It's maps out there and everything. It's all kind of stuff out there, man. Primary sources, supposedly. No. But we will see. We're gonna put this puzzle together. I'm probably gonna get all kind of shot. Yeah, go ahead. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Explain these primary sources to me. Right? That's what I need to know. It says what they acknowledged, right? It says that their councils existed on lands once Piscataway. This is what the Order of Red Men are saying, right? They're saying that there were no recognized remaining in Maryland because Maryland had already erased them on paper. This is a soft admission of institutional replacement. Smithsonian Bureau of American Ethnology, the BAE, Handbook of American Indians, north of Mexico, Frederick Welsh Hodge, 1907 to 1910. They say Piscataway were extinct. So they were extinct. I read a whole bunch of other places, primary sources said they weren't. Say that they absorbed within, went here, you know what I'm saying? They got, got ready to get it in. Yeah. I'm saying? I don't know. One thing about these writings, man, for me, I'm gonna say if things correlate, then I'm gonna say yeah, right? All right. Survivors absorb into Negro populations. Okay. Political identity seized. Let me get that. Political identity is seized. Yeah. See, this is why my channel is not a big channel, because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it here. This is what we're gonna talk about it. Because really, this is for me leaving a record for my son, my sons. This is to keep a record for them. That's all it is. I do it for them. Right? So it says, where we at? Okay. This isn't anthropology, it's reclassification, policy. Policy. Wait a minute. Get it right. Reclassification, policy, justification. Let's get it back. Let's go from the top again. This is what the Smithsonian say, right? And even the Smithsonian is bogus, but this is what they say. Okay? Bureau of American Ethnology, the BAE, Handbook of American Indians, North of Mexico, by Frederick Webb Hodge in 1907 to 1910. Right? They state Piscataway were extinct. My bad, y'all. It's Sunday. It's snowing, so I'm chilling. Yeah, I mean, we just rapping, that's all. And I'm live, man. Hopefully, y'all, some people come in and we can just rap, man. It's a lot going on. So, I would say if you in right now, tag somebody and tell them come on in, man. Because, it's snowing, man. That's rap. That's rap. Anybody want, come in, that's rap. Where I'm from right now, it's snowing real bad. It's snowing right up the East Coast right now. Right now, it's snowing bad. Yeah. But it's sorry, though, because I remember in 2016 when it was, you couldn't see a car when you came outside. And then before that, in 2006, it was another bad storm, snow. And in 96, it was another bad storm. Okay. But yeah, guys, these are primary sources. You got some more. Here, look, check this one out. The Catholic Church Records, Eastern Woodland Proof. Deep stuff here. And my question is this: why there's no one talking about it? Because from what I understand, this water, this whole situation, this estuary, this ecosystem, right? One of the biggest ones in the world. Why isn't it being talked about? And like, what happened to the people that were there? What happened to the people that, yeah. When me, honestly, I could trace my people back to at least the 1500s here, right here. right here. Yep, sure can. That's why I dug in on this whole area because I wanted to know a lot went down, you know. And when we digging on something, parts, and we digging on something, we really dig in. So yeah, these are smoking guns right here, guys. Right? So let's say they document. Now, these dudes want to talk about way on the other side somewhere else. When everybody I know from my family, I don't know about your family. I don't know. I'm telling you, my family, I could trace them right here to at least the 1400s. At least. We don't know how serious America really is. We have no idea. And now the land is starting to talk to us. See, when you talk about the land will include you. That's all about. Seriously. It's a known fact. It ain't no, me going left, nothing like that. Has nothing to do with that. It's a spiritual thing. When you love the land love you back. And I do. And you know me, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice all day long. But yeah, guys, so look, let's finish this out. I know it might be a little hard because it's new information. We don't take the new information. We know that, like I said, we know that the Order of Red Men was in here somewhere, but some of it they weren't. It's not all Order of Red Men. I'm quite sure some of the pamphlets got scrabbled and all that, but they had to keep, feasible documentation. And even they admit that part. They admit what they were. Their whole thing was to get rid of the real people that lived in that area, and to set it up like that. Yeah, and not even let them know. That's the bad part when you go at a people and you don't let them know. That's not chivalry. That's not chivalry at all. If you're going to go to war, just like in a duel, right? If two men have an issue, they man up, take their paces, they turn around and whatever. But it ain't not like being warred on, not even know you being warred on. So that's just sneaky, dirty, what they do, because they had to. They said when they got here, we were so strong and so fearful. They was like, how we gonna beat them? We can't do it. Their military too strong. This is what I'm reading. Everything is too strong. The disease is what came in. The disease came in before the settlers even really got here. When the Catholics came over here, they brought the shit with them. Yeah. So look, they document the Piscataway families by name, Tayak leadership. Then the same families relabeled facially 1, 2 generations later. So that's what I'm saying. This information is like nobody. This is its primary source. Some people haven't. See what they have done to us? See what they have done? Controlled our central nervous system. At least we could dissect. Let's dissect. Because in this Greenville Treaty of 1795, it was nasty. You hear me? The smoking gun logic chain. This is the actual historical mechanism. Number one, the Treaty of Greenville established federal supremacy. Number two, Supreme Court codifies trust law domination. Number three, Maryland bureaucracy reclassifies, Piscataway. Land patents revoked. Reassigned. Somebody else's name put on. Not yours. Not yours. Not yours. Not yours. Not yours. Not yours. No. Homeboy got his name on. Yeah. Number 5. Order of y'all do the knowledge on this. Okay? Do the knowledge. Comment below if you want to. You know what I mean? If you want to be mad or whatever, you can be mad. And listen, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice with me, man. That's what it is, man. Like, all I'm doing is telling the truth. And not just that. It's not like I'm breaking the law or nothing like that. Nobody looking for me. Bro, this is all public record. They already, this ain't no hidden stuff. You just gotta go look for it. Right? So the order red men, this is what they did. They theatrically, right, occupies the symbolic vacuum. Right? They created the style, the look, and all this, right? Smithsonian declares them extinct. Well, Smithsonian too. State claims no, none of them are left. Eastern Woodland Tawny erased from law. The one sentence truth, right? For this platform, the Piscataway weren't conquered. They were erased through trust law, racial reclassification, and symbolic replacement by federal societies that admitted they were never native at all. Treaty Greenville, 1795. Exact clauses that enable erasure. Primary source. Treaty with the Whaaaaat, etc. 1795. Article 3. Title, Supremacy. The Indian tribes acknowledge themselves to be under the protection of the United States and of no other power whatever. This clause terminates external sovereignty and places all tribes under U.S. guardianship authority. Article 4, the land conversion. the said tribes do also acknowledge the right of the United States to regulate all trade and intercourse with them. It converts nations into regulated trading wards, not sovereign landholders. Article 5, boundary fixation. The boundary line between the United States and the Indian tribes shall begin at the mouth of the Conehoga River. Okay. This is the map locking mechanism. It allows the United States to later declare Eastern nations outside recognized country. Man, that's how Piscataway get legally un-Indianated without firing a shot. Supreme Court codification, the legal weaponizing. Johnson versus McIntosh in 1823. Discovery gave an exclusive right to extinguish the Indian title of occupancy either by purchase or by conquest. Because they know that it's more. That's why. Translation. Indigenous land equals full title. United States equals successor crown. Native nations equals tenants. This is the legal engine used to erase Eastern woodland nations. You hear me? Just to erase you. Paperwork. They ain't here, they ain't, I don't know, they ain't here. Well, when I seen Piscataway on my grandmother's paperwork, and I seen Nanjamoy on my dad's paperwork, and I said, well, on my grandmother's, my dad's mom paperwork. That's Delaware, down by Delaware Moors, Peace Moors, down Delaware. Yeah, but the primary sources are the chain, man. Maryland records. Piscataway reclassified on paper. Primary source. Archives of Maryland. Colonial records of Maryland. What the records show. From 1680 to 1730, Piscataway recognized as nation Tayak, recognized as political authority. Okay, 20 years later, from 1750 to 1830, same families are relabeled to free Negro, mulatto, or colored. Land patents voided or transferred. Tribal identity erased from census and court records. No official termination treaty, just bureaucratic deletion. The Order of Red Men, their own admissions. Here we go again. Like, they're admitting all this stuff. How you gonna get mad at me? Because I'm telling you, here's a primary source. History of the Improved Order of Red Men, Great Council of the United States, 19th to 20th century. Editions. They explicitly admit the Improved Order of Red Men is a fraternal organization founded by white men adopting Indian names, customs, and titles for symbolic purposes. They made most of this stuff up, man. Listen, check this out. Titles such as sachem, chief, or symbolic, are symbolic and ceremonial. Wait a minute. Okay, no. Okay, that's it. Wait a minute. This is a direct. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Right. Yeah. A symbolic and ceremonial. When you use these words, man. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a direct confession. They are not native governance. They erased nations symbolically. This is what they did, man. Maryland, Order of Red Men Proceedings. Because remember, they're from Baltimore, 1834. Soft admission of replacement. Primary sources. Right? Baltimore Council. Right? Number 1 minutes. Language used repeatedly. This is what they said. At a time when the Aboriginal tribes of Maryland had passed away, there being no recognized Indian tribes remaining in Maryland, our councils erased upon lands once occupied by the copper men. This is institutional occupation of a declared extinct people's land. Straight up. So much, man. Primary sources, man. Piscataway entry. The Piscataway are now extinct as a tribe, but they're not. The survivors have become absorbed into the Negro population. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired. I'm just going in because I've been shoveling snow. I just came in and just hollered at the family, man, because I know how everybody feeling like because of the snow. But yeah, don't get mad at me. We're just gonna rap for a little bit. Yeah, let's just rap for a little bit. Let's talk about these primary sources. They got floating all up and down the concrete, all up and down the Chesapeake, and ain't nobody talking about it. And all of it is not Red Order of the Red Man. All of it is not. Some of it is, but I can take you to. I'm reading primary sources to you now. Check this out. Let me see it. Got it. So what it is it's 4 different veins set up on the Chesapeake. And everybody is holding down their own. And it's all going to the center right here. The center, which this is where the Chesapeake is right here. I think I used it for the thumbnail. Yeah, oh, there you go. See, there you go. See it? One thing I know is the Chesapeake is hundreds of thousands of years old. And these shells down here are sacred. They're only shells, but you also down here at an estuary where we already know water is powerful. So that covers that in. We already know that water is powerful. Let me go back where I was. A couple things to rap about. Just chilling, man. So it's snowing. Tapping in, taking in new resources through our mind. To challenge, not wrong with challenging new information. If somebody got a problem with it, then they got the problem. All right, so how about we start here? I'm gonna start right here. So this post has been a big situation. There's primary sources all over the places. If the Order Red Man wrote all of this stuff, then goodness gracious, bro, man. That means that all of the information that we have on the Chesapeake is all fake through the Order of Red Man. Is that what we talking about? These primary sources, so that means that primary sources ain't really primary sources. Seriously. Somebody like me? No. I don't play those type of games. Yeah. So look. Times, man, you just gotta laugh about things, man, because when you find the world that we live in, I've been around for quite some time now, and all of the pieces of the puzzle start to, like mesh. Just like, man, the police dirty, our president dirty, the feds dirty, the government dirty, the politician dirty, all of them, man, oh man. You even got a couple clowns in the conscious community that's dirty, funky, and set you up in a minute, sacrifice, dumb you off in a minute. Yeah, right. I don't play with none of them, man. I get my point across because I know that my information is going to help somebody one day. So all I'm saying is we're about to prove, if this ain't legit, we're getting ready to find out if it is or not. And then that means that primary sources are wiggly now. Like, this is all primary source. Everything I'm telling you right now is primary source. So look, Tyack, Sechem, Powhatan, Delaware, right, are not fake words. These titles and names are absolutely real in indigenous political systems. Tyack, really meaning supreme chief, paramount ruler, used by Piscataway and related eastern woodland nations. Okay, this is a sovereign political title like king, emir, or sultan. Sachem, real meaning, local chief or clan leader, used across Algonquin-speaking nations. This is a legitimate indigenous governing office. Powhatan, real meaning, title, name of a paramount chief of the Powhatan Confederacy. Also, the name of the man Whaaaaat, right? This is not an obscure name. This is real hereditary political office. You're going to find out. Delaware Moors, right? Remember Delaware Moors? A lot of these names be colonial names too, so don't trip off of them. Yeah. So where does the theatrical part come in? See? Catch. The improved order of red men took these real indigenous titles and copied them into a white fraternal lodge system in the 1800s. See what I'm saying? See what he did? Okay. They didn't invent the word. They reassigned them into a fake governance structure. Little Spanish guy running around social media talking about, yeah, well, you know, the order of red man. What he said? He said, no, he didn't say order. He said, yeah, and it was ran by this white guy and this white guy and this white guy and this white guy and this white guy. I was like, this boy don't shut up. You talking about the order of red man? Is that what you talking about, dummy? I know that ain't what you talking about, huh, dummy? Man. I said, no, this dummy not talking like that. Yeah, and there was also the language started by this dummy. And it was dummies. So what the Order of Red Men actually did. Order of Red Men, founded by, I think I went up here already. I'm talking, y'all. Check this out. Look. We just chilling. There's snow outside, y'all. Ain't nothing serious. We just ain't no real serious show. We just building this. Come out and just build. This is for my son anyway, really. Man, hold on. Let me get a good catch on it. I'm gonna get it in there. You can tell, man. See, I got a big family. I be working, doing all kinds of stuff, man. Look, see, my 3-year-old, see? There you go. But I'm gonna put that up as a thumbnail. It's a bunch of writing on it, and when you see the writing, you're like, man. You know, they say they primary sources. That's what they say. Wait a minute. So I don't like to get too deep into, these treaties and be like, I would hope that you guys would do the knowledge, because really, it, um, when you're gaining knowledge of self, you don't really take people. Don't listen. Don't take like 100%, right? You take what the individual says, and then you do your homework on it, because some of that stuff is so nasty that I don't even want to put it up there like that, because we got to realize that words that we say out of our mouth is like magic. We got to watch what we say out of our mouth, right? Some of the things that we say about people, to people, that's a form of magic. You can make things happen by just what you say out your mouth. You got to watch what you say out your mouth. It's very important, right? But let me go over this last part of this, right? So you guys do finish doing the extension, the homework on the Treaty of 1795 with Greenville. Okay, do that. Do some more homework on the Order of Red Men. Remember, this is my community, so I have to respect people. I have to be respectful. I can kind of go there, but you guys got to do the homework after I let y'all know what's going on. Okay, right now. Thirdly, let's talk about this movie Advatar. Movie Advatar. I was watching that movie for about 20 minutes. I said, I like water. I'm from the Chesapeake. Man, seems to me that they tied in together. What's the story on the Chesapeake? This is one of the biggest estuaries in the world. Do you hear me? And why ain't nobody talking about it? Do y'all understand how serious this is when salt water mixed with fresh water? That's a serious situation. And why is we have all these primary sources out here and nobody's talking about them? Nobody wants to talk about them. Why? What was the conspiracy? What's going on? I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's the tribal wars that we have going on here in Andalusia, here in America, where we have these tribal wars, especially here. Yeah, it's stuff going on from thousands of years ago. It's still going on today. Yeah. Unbeknownst of that, if you ain't know, yeah, some people are far ahead than others, and they're the ones that put the whipping down because you don't know, because you won't study your story. You got to study who you are, and then you'll be able to defend. But let's talk about the Treaty of Greenville one more time. Check this out. So the Treaty of Greenville, 1795, right? This is the Treaty of 1795. This treaty didn't end wars. It redefined people. It converted indigenous nations into federal wards under protection. Protection sounds kind until you understand trust law, because wards don't hold title. They occupy under supervision. This treaty is the backbone of everything that follows. Okay? Supreme. Okay, all right, let me start here. Showcase names on phone. Then the Supreme Court completes the circuit. Johnson versus McIntosh and Worcester versus Georgia. Check me out. By the way, Tayak erasure. Now bring it home to Maryland. Piscataway, Kanoi, Tayak, recognized as a nation, reclassified. Free, Negro, mulatto, colored. We know that that means more. We know this. Okay. Same families, different paperwork. Land disappears. Leadership disappears. No treaty, no war, just erasure. The order of Redmen. Now, let's be respectful and honest, right? Tayak, Sechem, Powhatan, these are real indigenous officers, but the order of Redmen admits, in their own words, that their use of these titles is symbolic. That's not indigenous governance. That's fraternal theater. No lineage, no treaty power, no land authority. That matters. Then the Smithsonian writes the closing sentence. Piscataway, right? Instinct as a tribe. Absorbed into Negro population. Political, identity seized. Political identity seized. That's not anthropology. That's policy jurisdiction. Right? So let's, okay, modern parallel and this movie Advatar. I was watching this movie Advatar last night, and it was just wild when I started putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. So modern parallel with Advatar sci-fi drop, right? If it sounds familiar, it should. Advatar, Rebel Moon, Transformers, 3 Body Problem, Advanced Civilizations, Guardians of Land and Water, declared primitive, then replaced. Hollywood isn't inverting stories, it's echoing memory. This is why I am launching something new, right? But we're not getting to that. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Just want you guys to understand that a lot of these, even these movies that we watch, they talk about us. They always talk about us. They always talk about these Americans. They always talking about these Americans. So, well, yeah. Wow, man. But it is what it is. We stay strong. We push on. Keep moving forward. That's what we do. Me, I give thanks because my eyes opened up this morning. You hear me? I'm strong. I'm good. My brain is working. My family is okay. I'm warm. I have much to complain about, man. So we need to start being thankful for the simple things, the things that we think are simple, things that we think are simple. They're not simple. Give me a second, y'all. Told y'all it's just snowy time. I ain't going to do all that.
Standout pieces at outstanding prices. The new peppercorn ranch
Snowy time. Ain't this ain't about be the best video of the week thing. Just remember what we was doing when the snow hit the East Coast. I was doing a lot. Yeah, so look at this picture. There's so many words, man. They was trying to say that they were us, Eastern Woodlanders, right? These deep, cosmic thinking people, you know, that are governors of the water, governors of the rivers. Yeah, governors of the rivers. There you go. But you know they're gonna try to joke us and make our skin blue and all this, and they're gonna make it brown. But doing the whole both all of the avatars, they got dreadlocks in their head. All of them. All of them. All of them. Chasing after indigenous people. Rebel Moon. What are they doing? Chasing after indigenous people. Colonizing. Yeah, this is what they do. All of them are about this. And most of them are do your homework. Just do the homework. I've shown this 3 or 4 other times where I show where these movies are in line with what happened or what's happening still to these Eastern Woodlanders, right? Or these Barbers or these Berbers, these Moors over here on the eastern side of you want to see the Barbary Coast or the Mid-Atlantic. Either or, same thing, man. All the same thing, bro. All these names and all this shit, man. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. So I'm going to get out of here. Y'all be strong. I ain't want to be long. I just want to put my 2 cents up, doing this snow. I want to send love out to everybody, man. I know some brothers down in Florida. I know a couple brothers all over the place, man. All of them down in Susquehanna. I'm not going with the names and all that. We know who and all that. Right? So I'm going to get out of here. Y'all stay strong as prayers to more. Peace. I didn't want to get deep, y'all. I didn't want to get deep. I didn't want to get... Y'all got to listen. Comment below. If you're going to do the work, just comment below and we'll rap about it. I might get deeper because all 3 of these are deep subjects. Very deep. And we all should know, right? Be able to determine what the order of red men, what they did, that we can label as ours, or what can't we label? Because suppose they wrote all of this shit. Like, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that primary sources are actually primary sources, bro? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get kickback on that, but hey, who's to say that primary sources are primary sources? Because remember, everything was thought first. We kept everything in the brain. We kept it. Everything was cosmic memory. We ain't had to write down. We know what writing was for. I know not we. I know what writing was designed for. So I'm a little, for things that have been written. Not to disrespect nobody, none of that. Just, man, I'm different. Okay, that's it. All right, Paris, more. I love y'all. Stay strong. Peace, Islam. Peace.